Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Christen, aka Bev. On my channel, we talk about things nursing, lifestyle, being a wife, and being a mom, and entrepreneurships. So I am doing another commentary video about another story that's going around in the nursing community. And on this video, we're gonna call Miss Yvette to the floor. Right now, you decide that you are not ready to settle down. Miss Yvette, we're calling you to the carpet because I'm trying to figure out what was you thinking, baby girl. Like, what were you thinking? So, if y'all are not familiar with Yvette's story, I'm gonna go ahead and insert a news clip here, so we can see what the hell Miss Yvette was up to.
Killing one of her patients. Court documents show Yvette Hunter, who worked at Baptist Health, was indicted for murder. The indictment says Hunter caused the death of a 97-year-old man back in April by intentional medical maltreatment. The order to suspend Hunter's nursing license says she injected the patient with an anti-anxiety med that she didn't have an order to administer. That led to the patient developing pneumonia, and he died a few days later. Hunter was arrested, and her bond set at $100,000.
Okay, so here's my takeaway to what Miss Yvette's story is. Number one, do not give meds to a patient that is not ordered by the doctor. So as we heard in the story, Yvette was saying that this patient was agitated, getting up, being hard-headed, basically doing stuff that he ain't had no business doing. I feel you, because that is every day in nursing. I always tell people, do not trust these patients as far as you could throw them. He was getting up, agitated, restless. She called the doctor and the nurse practitioner for some agitation medicine to relax him. They said no to the Versed. They said no to the Ativan. They said no to the Valium. They said no. But she was hard-headed and went and got meds from another patient and gave it to this man. And I'm like, what? This is why I always tell y'all, make sure y'all return meds that you don't use. Because hypothetically, if she did get that medicine for another patient and she ended up not giving it to the patient for whatever reason, they refused it or they calmed down, she should have returned it and that would have covered her. But since she didn't return it, because more than likely she gave it to this patient, that's what got her messed up. Like, why are you giving meds to a patient that was not ordered by the doctor? That's my biggest takeaway. Do not give meds that is not ordered by the provider. Point blank, period. You are a nurse. You're not a physician. The Pyxis will tell on you. Y'all remember that story I told y'all about how the nurse was pulling reports to see when somebody pulled the medication versus when they gave it and what they gave it? Play with these people and their medication. I don't need nobody thinking that I'm taking their Ativan, period. Always return the meds. The Pyxis tells. Next. If not, I'm not trying to be y'all's co-defendant, but this is just common sense to me. If you give a patient a medication that you know you wasn't supposed to give them, why didn't she go reassess him? And that's just dumb. That, to me, sounds like you wanted to hurt somebody else, or you just blatantly did not care about him or about your, like, you had no ethics. Because why would you give somebody Ativan when we already know Ativan makes them drowsy, lethargic, or whatever the medication is? I don't know if the story, I think I read somewhere that it was Ativan. It could be something else. But why would you give a patient some kind of medicine to calm them down, but then not go check on them? We already know anti-anxiety medications make you lethargic, sleepy, could change your respiratory. It could change a lot of things because it's calming down the nervous system. Reassess your patient, even if it is ordered by the doctor. Most of the times when you give a PRN as needed medication, you have to do a reassessment or reassess in the hour or 30 minutes, whenever the drug is at its peak or half-life or the life of the drug. So you have to do reassessing. And this is why you have to reassess, because like this guy, he aspirated. So make it make sense, Yvette. Make it make sense. Third, never silence an alarm without assessing your patient. And it sounds like she was trying to cover it up. Like she went and silenced the alarms that was going off on the patient. And then when somebody asked what she gave, this lady gonna say something special. Like, they got a special place for you, sister. And it is not paradise. But anyway, so y'all, we go to school, we work really hard, we do a lot to get our license, we sacrifice a lot. Do not lose them because you have a patient that is being hard-headed or difficult or whatever it may be. Follow the rules for a reason. Always cover your ass. Always do what you're supposed to do. Have a moral and ethical standard. It's not worth it. 12 hours of peace or 5 hours or 2 hours of your shift of peace when he sleep is not worth the rest of your life being spent in jail at the most, or the least losing your license and losing your job and having to have a smear on your record where you can barely get a job somewhere else because you have a bad reputation. It's not worth it. Just deal with it. We all get to clock out at some point in time and go on with our lives. If you don't like the assignment, call off tomorrow. But just get through it today. We are dealing with people on their worst day. And at some point in your life, if you keep saying good morning, you will be a patient, or someone you love will be a patient. You will be on the other side of the bed. So always keep that in mind and make good nursing karma. Thanks for watching my channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This is your girl, Bev. Ciao.